So hello everyone, I am Outstar and I'm not really used to make YouTube videos because I'm a streamer and I usually stream games and play them and then talk and then read the chat and do things like that. Right now I have to just focus on being in an empty house, empty room, talking to my camera. So yeah, I just asked today on my Twitter if I should somehow face and publish anything with like my own opinion about what Polygon wrote about The Witcher 3. I'm not making this video to actually criticize Polygon. I'm not making this video to stand on the side of the Gamergate anti-social justice warrior, throw some coal to the fire and just make it burst everywhere. No, I am making this video as a fan of Witcher. I am the great fan of Witcher Saga. I read all the books, I played the games. Just recently I did the gameplay of Witcher 1 and 2 on the GOG channel. So I consider myself someone who knows the saga, who knows like the insides and outsides, you know, they're just, you know, things. And oh my god, my hands. Anyway, I know that some of you guys may know that I worked for CD Projekt Red for little time, very little time. This is absolutely not connected to what I say right now. I'm making this video on my own behalf as a gamer, as a fan of the saga, basing on what was released so far, basing on the reviews, and basing on what the Polygon wrote. I am making this video as a defense of The Witcher. Yeah, it's totally normal for Polish people to defend the Polish things there in the internet when someone is criticizing something that is made in Poland and oh my god, how could you give us 8 out of 10? Oh my god. It's not like I am crazy mad about 8s given to Witcher. It's not like I'm crazy mad about 7s even, if there are any, because this game is just awesome. It's only to make a voice of reason and to actually base upon the facts. Yeah, there's actually a big reason to do this video. Some of my female friends, and I have some female colleagues, and I learn day after day that there are more girls like that out there. Not only girls even, people who are afraid to play The Witcher, who are really refraining from like getting into this. Yeah, I know it's not for everyone, okay? It's not like everyone should play The Witcher and everyone should enjoy it. No, absolutely not. But when people who I know consider Game of Thrones a super genius series and, you know, something totally great, they consider Witcher 3 being too much for them, even though they didn't play it. That might come out of the internet and what is written about Witcher, what is said about Witcher, and I just want to state the facts, because I do think that a lot of people who, for example, enjoy Game of Thrones and they refrain from playing Witcher, they are losing something very interesting that they could be very much interested in, and they could just get into it and have a tremendous amount of fun. The first thing is, it's not a misogynist. It's not anti-woman, no, absolutely not. I know it's like the setting is in the medieval era, somewhere around Poland. It's not actually Poland itself, but yeah, some places are more of a Balkan in a way. Generally, in medieval times, women had very, very bad times. They were raped, they were used, they had no rights. In the Witcher saga, yeah, it's medieval, of course, there are things like that. There are rapes, there are like, it's dark, but it also gives a lot of extra power to the woman because of the little fantasy aspect in it, for example, the sorceresses, and also the great character of Ciri, which was specifically mentioned in the Polygon's article, so that's why I want to start with her first. She's treated as a sexualized character because she has unbuttoned shirt, and you can probably, with a very right angle, you can see her bra. Oh my god. I know that there may be some concerns that Ciri looks too sexy because she has this makeup, she has this this shirt that a lot of things are revealed, and she shouldn't be sexualized because she's a daughter of Witcher, adopted daughter. When you read the books, you actually learn a lot about Ciri. And Ciri, first of all, she was always kind of a tomboy. When she's a teenager, I think, in the books, she gets this little group of little gangsters called the Rats. Szczury in Polish, and she's, you know, traveling with them. She meets her lover there, and the lover is female. She develops the specific fashion. She wears a lot of, you know, the rebel clothing, something that people out there in the medieval times don't actually wear. For example, feathers around, like costumes that are revealing a lot. because that was her way to be a rebel. I'm sure that it had a lot of impact on her, the fact that she was in the rat's companionship, she looked sexy, she acted sexy. She also made herself the tattoo, the matching tattoo with her lover, and it was the rose on the inner part of her thigh. So I think when she's shown as an adult in The Witcher 3, there has to be something, you know, back from this era when she was in the rats. It's not sexualizations, because she has chosen to do that. It's not like Sapkowski had this idea, you know, this sexual fantasy in his mind. From all the books that Sapkowski wrote and all the passages of Ciri, she's really painting the really cool image of Ciri. I know that as an author, he had to care for this character a lot. And there are also sorceresses, of course, and they are also wearing this revealing clothes, and they have a lot of makeup. They can change their appearance with the magic, so they're usually using it to make themselves look the sexiest they can, and they're doing it for themselves because they are free women. When there is a sorceress going to a town, the people are either asking her for help because they're thinking of her as someone super wise that can do just everything, or they're just staying away because they know that sorceresses are trouble. There are probably people, and yeah, I think there were some histories in the books that sorceresses were called names by the folk, B-words and, you know, stuff like that, but it's something that would happen in the real world too. Imagine in the medieval times you have this very sexy, powerful woman, she would probably die by burning at stake. They're just, you know, not really trusted, but also a lot of people want help from them, so they're sometimes doing it, they're sometimes really, really bad at the regular folks, and they're treating them like peasants, you know. And it also happens, so it's like both ways. The other argument is that Geralt is banging a lot. Okay, it's true. There is a very big reason for that. Not only is he physically attractive for most of women, second of all, he's wiser and more intelligent than most of the people they know, because yeah, there are usually people from the village, the townsfolk or the village folk are just coming to Witcher to get some advice. He's killing monsters. I mean, how cool is that? You have the person who is like the hero for the village, so it's also the reason. And last but not least, this is the most important part. Witchers are infertile. And the worst thing to happen to a medieval woman is, you know, getting pregnant with some random guy out there who is just passing through the village, and he will leave her with the baby without the money or without the food or without orens. He's also healthy, perfectly healthy, because he's immune to all the human diseases that are known. And yeah, that's the big reason, I think. Of course, it doesn't mean, and it's not in the books and it's not in the games, it doesn't mean that he can get all the girls. It doesn't mean that he can get all the sorceresses, because there's a big rumor that every sorceress wants Witcher's D. Of course, it's not true too, because even in books there is a dialogue between one of the sorceresses and the Witcher. And she says that she is actually planning to have a future with a wizard, with a sorcerer, and Witcher is like, you know, what? I've never heard about anything like that. And she's laughing at him back. She's joking, oh, you thought that every sorceress is going after the Witchers, eh? But yeah, so this is even mentioned in the books. That is not true. The big female thing about the Witcher saga is the female council, the council of sorceresses, that is really important, and they are like making big political decisions. Although we have male sorcerers, they have no real power in this world, and they are males. It's even said in the books that it's a little bit anti-masculinist, if this is a word even, that males, they don't possess the powers the female do, because it's like something special to women to have this big magic powers. And even if males want to learn that, and some of them learn that very good and they're good at it, they will never be accepted to the council. They will never have those political decisions that females have. Next thing that was mentioned by Polygon, and it's, yeah, the arguments are everywhere in the internet right now, so I don't know if I should repeat myself, but I think I should. It's about the people of color, actually the lack of people of color in the Witcher saga. And the reason for that is very simple, it's because the setting is Slavic. Even in the Witcher saga, in the books, there is the country, the land mentioned that has people of color, it's similar to Africa, it's called Zerikania, and in The Witcher 2 and 3 there are just no people of color because Zerikania is very far away. For example, if you are making a game set in the northern mythology and it's all Nordic, and do you have to have people of color in there? I understand there's a problem in the gaming industry that there are not enough people of color in the games. It's changing, okay? It's like exactly the same thing is with the females right now. During the last 5 up to 7 years, we have more and more games with female protagonists that are just awesome and super powerful, and they're not sexualized at all. I know that we should dwell into that a little bit more, but let's get some reason. It's also mentioned that there is a violence against women in this game. That especially the Polygon's reviewer mentioned the scene when there is one major female character. I won't go into the details which Polygon's reviewer got into, but she's tortured, and you can, as Geralt, you can stop it at any time and just go into and kill and butcher all the people who are after it. There's also mentioned, I don't know, I think it was in this article, but there is mentioned that the quest line, that is a person who has beaten his daughter and wife, and he was a domestic violator. There's a moment when he understands all his guilt, he wants just to, you know, go back to his family, and he wants to be a better man, and you can decide whether to keep him alive and understand him, for example, or just butcher him or punish him somehow. This is actually something that was really strange for me when I read that, because from what Polygon's reviewer said, it should be a law, it should be just set in stone that you should butcher this guy as an enemy, as the worst monster which he is, and do it without any choice, you know, just don't do anything, just butcher him, just kill him. Isn't it the bigger bestiality than just, you know, hearing this person, then scolding this person, then maybe, you know, punishing him, just bringing him to the judge, or any, I don't know what are the possibilities in this quest. You can kill a lot of men in this game, I'm sure of that. I saw it in the gameplay videos, I saw it like everywhere. You can just butcher the villagers, you can butcher anyone, the male ones. You can actually murder people and murder men, but when there is a monster that kills women only, and you can slay this monster, and you can just, you know, save the village, save the woman, then it's a bad thing. When there is a woman who is tortured and you can stop it, you can see what the bestiality is it, and you can just stop it, you can just face the real pain of a woman and see that there is a big problem about how people are treating them, and you can stop it in this game, then that's a problem. Where is that a problem? I have no idea. I mean, of course it's not for everyone. Of course you have to be somehow thick-skinned to play this. I remember that Polygon gave a big mark, like 9.5 to GTA 5, where you could actually kill hookers and butcher them. You could just torture people, torture a male being by being Trevor, and you can't torture anyone while being Witcher, okay? You just can't. It's not a game about being a psycho. As a female, I'm okay with the fact that it can show the real world, the world that the misogyny is a thing, and oppression is unfortunately real. Oppression was a real thing in medieval times. It's real in the Witcher books, and it's not because the Witcher books are oppressing anyone. It's not about because the universe is oppressing anyone. It's because Sapkowski, when he wrote it, and I'm sure that CD Projekt Red just thought the same when they made the games. They want to show this world with everything, not only in black and white, but all the grayscale. They want to show the bad things, and you are the hero that can be neutral. You can just walk past all the events that happen in this game, and you can probably just, you know, say, okay, I don't care about this woman there, I don't care about these males here, I won't help those poor people there, I won't do anything. I am a Witcher and I will do my thing. But you can also help all those people. It's the matter of choice. And as we have the choice in real life, we should have the choice in games too. So the other thing, a very funny thing actually, and I'm super happy that I can talk about it in this video and just show it to you guys, because people outside of Poland, they don't know this, but Sapkowski, the author of the Witcher saga, he's the target of Catholic media in Poland. And there's actually a quote here, I mean, let me just read it. Sapkowski has its own feministic pro-abortionist deviations. It's the worst thing ever. I mean, that the game that is so much close to books that Sapkowski does, and that is like making the big bow towards things that Sapkowski does, that's now criticized as being misogynistic, while Sapkowski had to fight with people accusing him of being feminist, of being pro-liberal, pro-abortionist, you know, anti-Christian, antichrist. So yeah, it's super funny right now. It's just a big paradox for me. I'm just saying that if you are a female, if there are any females watching me right now, and if you are thick-skinned enough to watch the Game of Thrones, you can also learn a lot of strong characters, strong female characters like Ciri, who is really awesome. I, as a female, I am happy to announce that you girls, you don't have to be worried about it. Of course, if you don't want to see a lot of blood, a lot of dark, it's not for everyone. If you don't want to face the dark reality in your imaginary world, then just refrain from it. There are a lot of other games that would be cool for you. But if you want to take this risk, then I think you will be happy. So it was the first of my videos on YouTube, my vlogs, I don't know how they're called. I know it was a little bit chaotic. I am not a specialist in doing that. I am usually a streamer and I usually stream things. I hope you guys just got my point. I hope I didn't accuse anyone and no one will be that much offended. If you like what I do, then you can follow me on my Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Outstar. I am also the regular streamer on GogCom channel. It's twitch.tv/GogCom. So if you want to see me playing games, even Witcher games, because why not, then you can just go there and follow me. And it would be super cool. And thank you. Subscribe if you want to hear me talking more. I think you don't, really. Just if you want to. It would be super cool. So thank you, and bye.